Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. The British Touring Cars has been a bit slow in announcements so far regarding the 2025 season. We've seen a few movers and shakers, a couple of big shock moves, but of the 24 spaces on the grid, only 12 have had announcements made about them. So let's look at the BTCC silly season and see if we can guess who will fill the rest of the grid. We have 4 works teams with 4 entries each, as well as 4 independent teams with 2 cars each. This is purely conjecture. If you've ever seen one of my predictions videos before, you know I have the accuracy of a terrible darts player after the botched laser eye surgery. So make sure you subscribe and let's jump into the video. BMW. Starting with the works BMW team, some big changes have been made. Reigning champion Jake Hill has of course returned, but new signings are joining him in Filipino wonder kid Daryl De Leon and 5-time race winner Aidan Moffat. Interesting moves for Restari Racing with one of touring cars' rising stars and an experienced Scotsman about to embark on his 12th BTCC season, along with the champion. But what about the 4th BMW seat? Where is 4-time champion Colin Turkington? Well, no news yet. Colin Turkington has been loyal to WSR for a long time. I would have thought if Colin Turkington was coming back, it would be one of the first announcements on the grid. But unless it's someone completely unexpected, then it'll probably be Colin Turkington. He's not had a great time over the last few seasons, but he's still quality and will surely be in the 4th BMW in 2025. Bobby Thompson did the Snetterton round in a Beamer last year, but a lot depends on budget for him, and he seems to be linked elsewhere on the grid. There is a possibility that they continue with 3 cars, as they did for the majority of last year, and that could mean we've seen the last of Turkington in the BTCC. Nappa Ford. Ash Sutton and Dan Camish were announced as coming back pretty early on. Given that Sam Osborne holds an administrative position within the team, then you'd think he's almost certain to be in one of the other cars. But, much like Turkington, given Sam Osborne's links with the team, you'd have thought that would have been announced by now. My prediction would be Sam Osborne and Dan Rowbottom. They have the budget and links, and no one has been rumoured to take one of those seats. But if we can speculate for a moment and say that for whatever reason one or both of them have decided to step away, then who could replace them? Rory Butcher would be a shout and a half. I feel like he has unfinished business in the series, and a top driver with Ford might tempt him back if he has the budget to put it together, or perhaps an old hand like Gordon Shedden. His BTCC career has been almost completely devoted to Honda, but in 2001 he made his BTCC debut in the production class in a Ford Focus. This is going to be a transition year for Nappa, with a new car planned for 2026. Interesting to see if the Puma makes its way to the BTCC. That could mean a complete change for the team. Paul Rivette is a Nappa-backed British truck racing champion, and we've not really had a trucker in the BTCC since Stuart Oliver's brief appearance in the series. Or maybe Jamie Osborne or Lewis Selby will step up from the Mini Challenge UK. Chances are it's Dan Rowbottom and Sam Osborne, so don't get excited. Team Vertu Hyundai. This team is pretty much set. Tom Ingram and Tom Chilton return. Not a shock given Tom Ingram has finished in the top 2 places in the last 3 seasons, and Tom Chilton is one of the most experienced drivers on the grid. Adam Morgan switches to Hyundai from BMW, the first time he's going to be driving in the series for a non-German marquee since the last time he raced in a Toyota back in 2013. Back to front-wheel drive as well. 1 space is left yet filled at Team Vertu. Dan Zelos did a fantastic job on his few starts at the end of 2024. They would be fools not to bring him back as long as he has the budget. If not, then Nick Halstead could return for the team, a waste of everyone's time seeing as he is always at the back of the field. If they can field a 4-car lineup of Ingram, Chilton, Morgan and Zelos, then that would be a quality lineup, and I imagine that's what will be announced. Anything else would almost be disappointing. Toyota Gazoo. I feel like Toyota have gone through quality drivers like nobody's business. A driver lineup of George Gamble, Rory Butcher, Andrew Watson and Ricky Collard sounds like a decent prospect for any team on the grid. And yet, all of those drivers have gone. Not to mention Rob Huff and Josh Cook are yet to be confirmed for 2025. Criminal if they're missing from the grid, and I imagine they'll be announced at some point. Ronan Pearson returns to the series after losing his Hyundai seat after Knock Hill last year. He is a race winner, and I don't dislike him having another chance to prove his worth to a works team in the BTCC. So, presuming Josh Cook and Rob Huff join the team alongside Ronan Pearson, who will be in the 4th car? Well, Rory Butcher said he was only taking a year off, and therefore a return to his previous team wouldn't be out of the question, But I have heard rumblings that Senna Proctor is trying to work out a deal for a Toyota seat. He hasn't raced in for BTCC since 2021, but is a 2-time race winner and a quality driver. Bobby Thompson is another name I've seen linked with the Toyota seat, so that might mean Huff or Cook are not returning, or Thompson and Proctor are going for the same seat. Really unclear at this point in what direction Toyota are going. I've also seen Nick Hamilton coming in with a load of money as an option being explored. There is a possibility that we could see a completely different lineup at Toyota in 2025, with seats being filled by Ronan Pearson, Nick Hamilton, Senna Proctor and Bobby Thompson, but surely they'll make space for Rob Huff and Josh Cook if deals are possible. Out of the 6 drivers listed here, Cook and Huff are the best, Proctor and Thompson are very capable, and Nick Hamilton, well, he has plenty of experience, I guess. It all depends on money, but Toyota might just be the least certain team on the grid. Unlimited Motorsport. Well, they have already announced a return to the series for Dexter Patterson and a debut for Max Hall in the Unlimited Motorsports Cupras. I look forward to seeing both drivers driving around at the back of the field, scoring points only when other cars fail to finish. Restart Racing. They've switched from Cupras to Hyundais, which feels like a sensible choice. Chris Smiley is set in stone for 2025. The other seat is not yet filled. It's possible that Scott Sumpton could return for another year. He didn't do much in 2024, but if he has the funds, then why not? I haven't seen any names linked with the seat. There is a possibility of Dan Lloyd taking it, which if it gets him on the grid, then good. But Lloyd really deserves a full-time driver for the top team. But I guess something is better than nothing. Evans Hallshaw Powermaxed Racing. If the Vauxhall team do anything other than bring back Aaron Taylor-Smith and Mikey Doble, then they are doing it wrong. The pair put in incredibly strong performances, winning 27 of 30 in the race for the Independents. Aaron Taylor-Smith has said on X he is excited to see what 2025 will bring. I guess that means he is almost certainly coming back, or he's ordered a new lawnmower and is eagerly awaiting its arrival. Mikey Doble has been quiet, but he is a real up-and-coming star, and I don't think the Powermax team will want to change anything from 2024. One Motorsport. No word on drivers yet, or even what car they'll be running, or if the One Motorsport team is actually returning for certain. If it's not going to be a return to the grid for Honda, then I imagine it'll be a Ford Focus, probably brought from Alliance Racing. As for drivers, if Senna Proctor and Josh Cook can't get a seat at Toyota, then they could make a return to the One Motorsport team, formerly the BTC Racing team. Maybe Michael Creese or Jade Edwards, who has raced for the team previously, if she has the budget. Until we know more about what the team is going to actually be driving in 2025, we won't know who will be doing the driving. So there are my predictions for the remaining seats on the BTCC grid for 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think will be announced? What about the future of star drivers like Colin, Turkington, Josh Cook and Rob Huff? Make sure you subscribe for more videos on the BTCC and motorsport in general. Lots of exciting motorsport content incoming as the 2025 season kicks into high gear. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.